Hi, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Scorpio, this is your reading for the month of July. I already done June, July, and August. So if you want to check that out, please do. But I wanted to go deeper into each month as well. So we're going to start with an overall energy here for you, Scorpio, for the month of July, and then really go deeper and deeper into it so that we get a clear picture, a clear inspirational message for you. I also want to say that I still offer personal readings. If you're interested in one, just like this, you get to ask your questions, get answers from your guides through a video reading like this. Please send me a message if you're interested. Choices. Scorpio, choices. Make the best choices. For the month of July, we see a big blood moon, I would say that is. As we're coming into July, we have a supermoon on the 3rd of July. And then there's a couple of supermoons coming up. We have like holding a couple of horses there in the palm of your hand. It can mean that you're holding power in the palm of your hand. It can also mean that you're actually holding a partnership with your soulmate, divine counterpart, or some really important person coming into your life at this stage. Just looking at it to see what stands out a little bit. There's a lot with the weather going on, so depending on where you live in the world, maybe the weather is really affecting you at this stage. Like if it goes a little bit back and forth, cold and hot, or like rainy and then sunny and rainy and sunny, windy, whatever. Like if it goes a little bit back and forth, it can really affect, a lot of people has issues with that. It can really feel sick as it doesn't sort of settle to a more pattern that just stays more the same. So for some of you guys, that's a very specific message, but for some of you guys, maybe just think about how the weather has been lately, and maybe that's why you felt a little bit under the weather. So funny. I have the creek there, we have water flowing, waterfall, and then there's I wouldn't say that is a single parent with a child. It can also be like sisters or brothers. There's a single parent with a child. A lot of animals. And I feel like that this is about a lot of change, a lot of movement. And we have choices here. So it might just be that you're sort of in a situation right now where you're supposed to make some choices. If it's just one big choice, one big decision, we have several choices to choose from. There's a movement, there's a change. But it's more like a feeling of, when it gets colder in some parts of the world, when it gets colder, the birds are moving to a warmer climate. So there's something around that. Okay, we're going to go deeper here and figure this out. What do we have for Scorpio, please, for the month of July? Victory and success. Movement, choices, and decisions. Wow. So it is really about the choices. It's really about the decisions. And we have victory and success. So do you have nothing to be worried about? Starting with movement, choices, and decisions, we have victory and success here underneath. So whatever you're deciding, I don't want to say whatever you're deciding is going to be the right one, but the one that you decide to go for, if you really feel it in your gut, you really feel in your intuition where to go right now, what choice to make right now, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a healthy choice. And from what it looks like, there's a lot of changes happening, a lot of choices maybe to be made, but there's it's not just one area. These are all areas. This is spiritual, this is health, this is romance, this is money, and this is career. So And maybe you're working a little bit against the clock there. You feel like you need to make a decision in a certain amount of time. I just feel like just sit with it, just relax into it and feel where seems to be the most logical place to go, where seems to be the most satisfying place to go. Where does it feel the most easy right now to move into? It doesn't have to be for the rest of your life, unless it's about getting married and you think this should be the person for the rest of your life. But like, even then, you can only make a decision from how it feels right now, right? How on earth are you supposed to know how it feels in 50 years or in 20 years or in 10 years? And when things are moving so rapidly that they are right now, I would say from one day to the next, I would say there's a different energy. So there's something, I think there's a little bit of fear of making the wrong decision here rather than just making a decision, or like just standing in front of the possibilities of making these decisions is taking a little bit of a toll on you. Just know that there's victory and success behind it. Go for the one that really feels like the right one in your gut and try to leave the details out of it. Just go for a feeling, like where does it feel right? And you really can't go wrong there. Can we clarify, go a little bit deeper still? Can we give Scorpio here, please? I'm just never cease to be so amazed at how these cards work and how like spirit knows exactly what to give. Like, so we have choices, make the best choices. And I felt a lot of movement and a lot of change and a lot of like, you know, and then we have movement, choices, and decisions come out. Like, isn't that mind-blowing? I'm in awe at how it works still. After all these years, I'm like, how does it really work? You know? I know how it works, but I don't really know how it works. Okay, going deeper still for Scorpio, please. Wheel of Fortune. So these are... That's the movement again. We have movement forward. And actually, that was the actual energy for Libra, the foundational energy there for Libra. It just feels like a thread this time. Like you could probably watch everything from Aries up until Pisces and get something out of it, because it feels like one just ties into the next. It's a very collective feel over all these messages for the month of July. Overall, I feel they're just really connected. So movement forward was the foundational energy for Libra, and here I feel like there's movement here also. Like this is more about making a decision on where to go, but just know that this is the Wheel of Fortune. Like this is the wheel starting to turn in your favor, starting to have momentum, starting to pick up pace. And it says it's a new beginning for you, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So we have victory and success on the table. There's changes, movement, choices, you know, and here comes the wheel to say, you're not going to stay where you're at for that much longer. And it's going to start to move in a direction that you really like to see because you made the decision to go there. It's a tense, it's a completion. It's like, it's nothing more. It really is just about making a decision right now. It really is just about making a decision to like, okay, let's get going. What else here for beautiful Scorpio? Liftoff. Wow, okay. A lot of people have just had a really, I just feel like there's been some heavy energy here. People have gone through some stuff here lately, for sure. And you're no different. But look at this. Isn't this just a full-blown story in 2 cards? So first we have really dealt with some stuff. Like there's been heartache here. And whatever that has been about, like this is coming out of a situation where you're supposed to release the past, like to just really try to release the past. Just say goodbye to it. Like you don't have to stay there anymore. And it feels like it has come with a little bit of a lower vibration, being maybe even feeling a little bit stuck there. And this is when Michael is just, Archangel Michael is just taking the freaking boat and just lifting it out of the, like whatever you need right now, Scorpio. Like Michael's there to just lift the whole boat out of the water and put it in whatever direction you want. Like we have all these worrisome clouds here, but you see how it clears up. So we have the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like you can breathe out. You're on the right track. You're making the right choices right now for yourself. You're moving in the right direction, and you're really getting help. And if that help is not physical, it's for sure non-physical. It's spiritual. It's your guides are helping you. Michael is helping you. And I don't know if this is hard to see for some right now, but there's even going to be reasons to celebrate. Like you're going to so feel like you're on the right track here. And I probably have shared this story with you before, but I love the story from Abraham Hicks, when Abraham is saying, when you're stuck in line, like just a long line of cars, and it's so heavy with traffic that at some stage there's not much happening. Nothing has gone wrong. It's just so much traffic that at some stage it just slows down to the point where you just stand still. You can't really go anywhere. You can't change your mind and go out and go a different direction because you're just sort of in the direction where you're at. You can't back up because there's a car behind you. You can't speed up because there's a car in front of you. So you sort of just have to sit there and wait it out. And when that little movement, and it's even maybe movement that you see like further along, like it's not even the car in front of you, or not maybe even 3 or 4 cars in front of you, but you maybe even see like the 6th car in front of you. You start to see movement there. So you get a hint that, okay, things are getting going again. So nothing has really happened besides you see someone further down the road is actually getting going a little bit. And then you see the car in front of you just start to roll a little bit. So like you just have to lift the foot off the brake a little bit, and you start to roll. And even there's no speed here. There's no like, I'm there or whatever. Like you're not even close to home perhaps, but it's like that feeling of when you can take the foot off the brake and get rolling again. Like you just get that feeling of, okay, it's happening. We're moving in the right direction now. We're moving. We had the wheel here. We're moving. End of delays. And in comes the situation where like, okay, if we're not going to get out of this situation, Michael's going to come and freaking lift you out of the situation. If you don't want to cruise on the boat in the water, I'm going to lift the entire boat up and put you in the right direction. That is as much support that you have right now. I really love that for you. Okay, anything else, anything besides this that could be beneficial for Scorpio, please, for the month of July? Strength. So someone is finding someone is excuse me, someone is finding their way back into their own power, into their strength. We have strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, forgiveness. I just feel like there's a little bit of a different way of going about it for you, Scorpio. If you have had tougher situations in your life before, there's been sort of a way to get back into life, or get back into your own skin, if you will, that maybe has been a little bit tough or a little bit harsh on yourself. Like you just like, okay, that was done, back into life, just move on with my life. Maybe sweeping a little bit of things under the rug, maybe not really dealing with your emotions about certain things, and maybe even being a little bit harsh on yourself. Like, okay, so that happened, but you know, people live and life moves on and I should move on with it. This time it's like, okay, there's been a situation here. We have heartache here. There's something that has really caused you a lot of grief. Whether that is like a shocking moment or this is something that's been going on for a while. This is asking you to let go of this, to like release this. This is done. I know that's tricky to hear if you're not feeling done with it, but it is done in the energy at least. And this time around, it feels like you don't just, oh well, just move on with my life. That was that. It feels like you're kinder towards yourself. It feels like you're coming in. Do you know what I mean? It's like we have strength and grace through kindness. So the strength that you're bringing back into your life, the grace that you're starting to feel for maybe yourself and life and people around you is coming not from a, oh, just get over yourself. It's coming from a kind place from within. It's coming from an understanding place. So it's a lot of growth here that you have. I just feel like you have just really, really matured a lot, Scorpio, coming into this place where you just take your time a little bit more and you're interested in the deeper things in life, like just not rushing things so that we can just sort of get on with life. What is life then? You know, I know these are really big questions, but yeah, I think this is really beautiful for you, Scorpio. You're starting to get kinder to yourself, and you're even kinder in the process of life, if that makes any sense. You're bringing your strength back in, your power, bringing peace in. It's really beautiful to see. This is for the month of July. There's a lot of change here. That's what I have for you, beautiful Scorpio. I hope that was inspirational for you. Get a little bit of tools with you going into the month of July. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.